omega square mu epsilon, that was comes out to be kc square. So from this analysis we got, previously that was this one, huh? So here from these two equation we can say kc square is equal to 0. So that means if, excuse, so if kc is equal to 0, then that means cutoff wave number is equal to 0. And if kc is 0, then we can say cutoff frequency, we will get there is no cutoff frequency because kc is equal to 0. So we can go TEM wave not exist in rectangular waveguide. Okay. So kc is not exist. That means the wave will not propagate. There is no cutoff frequency. So wave will not propagate. Okay. Correct. Okay. Now we will see the second point. M and N are the mod number, and that is starting from 0, 1, 2, 3. N is also starting from 0, 1, 2, 3. It can be 0. Okay. But one condition is there. We have a starting, in the starting we told that TEMN, it is written as like this way: TE10, TE01, TE, है ना? TE11. Okay, then we have TE12. Similarly, like this, we have TE21. Whatever the combination we have, M and N combination, we can write. So N is also starting with the 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. That is a mod number. M is also starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. But both M and N, M equal to N equal to 0, okay, is an exemption, or you can say is an it is written as an exception, but you can say M and N equal to 0 will not exist, okay. So M and N cannot be 0 simultaneously. If M and N can be, if M and N is 0, then what will happen? Why it is not existing? So the solution for this is, answer for this is exception not, you can say exception not, M and N equals 0 is exception, and not exist, you can say not exist. This mode is not existing. Okay. So this kc is equal to, we have root under kx square plus ky square. Already we know, or we know kc square is equal to kx square plus ky square. So if you substitute this kx ky, you'll get m pi by a whole square plus n pi by b whole square. And if you take this kc to, you'll write kc square root. Now, if you substitute m equal to 0, n equal to 0, then that will, what will happen if m and n is both exist, both 0, then kc will become 0. Now you tell me, if kc is 0, then wave will propagate or not? No, wave will not propagate. So that's why it is not existing. Okay, clear? So that means this is not existing. So m and n cannot be simultaneously 0. Either m is 0, either n is 0. Okay, clear? So now kc can be written as square root of m pi by a whole square plus n pi by b whole square, and it can be also be written omega c square root of mu epsilon. Omega c square root of mu epsilon. Okay, so it can be written as omega c square root of mu epsilon. Clear? Now a and b are in meters. So a and b are in meters. That is a dimension which is used widely. That's why it is written a and b in meters. If it is given in a centimeter, you just take in meter. Okay, that's why it is used. Okay, so a and b are in meters. Now cutoff frequency for TEMN mode. What should be the cutoff frequency? So we have omega c, which is written as square root of mu, sorry, omega c square root of mu epsilon, which is written as kc. Okay, so this can be written as kx square plus ky square. Okay, which is written as, or you can say square root of kx square plus ky square can be here equal to omega c, or omega c can be written as 2 pi fc square root of mu into epsilon. Now, can I write fc here? So I'll write here in the top of this one. I'll write here. So it can be written as fc, which is equal to 1 by 2 pi. I'll take this side, 1 by 2 pi square root of mu epsilon, square root of mu into epsilon, and we will write kx square plus ky square. Can I use this as a 2 root mu epsilon? I'll write here 2 root pi. I'll omit here. Kx is nothing but m pi by a का whole square ना, so I'll write m by a का whole square. I'll take pi square outside, so it can be outside. If it will come outside with a square root, so it will come pi, and pi get cancelled. So m by a whole square plus n by b whole square. So that is nothing but cutoff frequency. That is nothing but cutoff frequency. 1 by 2 root under mu epsilon, the square root of m by a whole square plus n by b. If mu r and epsilon r is equal to 1 for the vacuum, or you can say for the air, okay. So if mu r and epsilon are equal to 1, then this will become 1 by square root of mu naught into epsilon naught, that can be written as c. So it will become fc is equal to c by 2, c where is equal to velocity of light, 3 into 10 to the power 8. Okay, again meter per second. I'm talking about a and b should be in meter, so that's why it is written 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 2 square root of m by a whole square plus n by b whole square. So that's what it is, net cutoff frequency. Okay, clear? Now phase velocity in the positive z direction. So phase velocity in positive z direction, that is we have taken Vg. So Vg is nothing but omega by beta g. That's a guided velocity. So already we know V is equal to omega by beta. So that can be written as omega by beta g, and that can be written as Vp upon square root of 1 minus fc by f whole square. Okay. Why it is written so? So you can see here it is omega by beta which is written here, and Vp is nothing but 1 by root under mu epsilon. That is nothing but phase velocity, and that can be written as same 1 by square root of mu naught into epsilon if mu r and epsilon r is 1. So that can be phase velocity is nothing but velocity of light into free space. So this phase velocity can be written as 1 by root under mu epsilon, 1 by root under mu epsilon, and beta g is equal to propagation constant, phase constant. So beta g is equal to omega root under mu epsilon into 1 minus fc by f ka whole square. So if you write beta g here, substitute this beta g, this value here, because beta g already we got from this point. We already have beta g is equal to square root of omega root under mu epsilon. Okay, so omega root under mu epsilon. Okay, and we can simply substitute here this value square root of 1 minus fc by f ka whole square. So this can be Vp upon this one. Okay, now if you take this sorry, this is not taken from here, sorry, this is for non-TEM na. If you take Kc wala value na, omega square mu epsilon minus beta g square is equal to Kc square, that from that equation we have got this value. Okay, this one beta g. This is the case which is indicated for rectangular waveguide, with TEM not existing. That's what. So you just forget here only. Okay, forget this point here only. But you should keep in mind TEM mode not existing in rectangular waveguide. Now the characteristic wave and impedance of TEM and mode. So if you want to find the characteristic impedance or correct wave impedance, you can say. So ZG can be ZZ, it is representing impedance. So ZZ can be written as Ex upon Hy or minus Ey upon Hx. So why so it is minus, it is written. So we have X, we have Y, we have Z. If you want to find ZG, you just take Ex upon Ey, Ex upon Hy. Okay, if you want to write y to x, if you want to go, so you should have write the negative sign. Okay, so keep in mind ex upon hy, and if this is so it can also be written as minus ey upon hx. So whatever the value you want to take, this one or this one, either this one ex upon hy or minus ey upon hx, you can take, and you will get to know that will be comes out to be omega mu by beta g. Okay, from which equation it came? So this equation also you can write. That equation we got now, that six equation from that curl equation, six equation from that curl equation. So the top two equation will give you this value. Top two equation, the first two equation will give you omega mu by beta g. You can also check here, we have beta g ey is equal to minus omega mu hx now. So if you want to find ey upon h mu will be square root will be here. So this can be written as square root of mu by epsilon, and it can be written as 1 upon square root of 1 minus fc by f ka whole square. Okay, so that is so all these equation we have got. Okay, clear? So Zg can be written as, Zg can also be written as, we have just got Zg equal to square root of mu by epsilon divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f ka whole square. This can also be written as intrinsic impedance eta divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f ka whole square, where intrinsic impedance eta is equal to square root of mu by epsilon, which we have already studied in EMFT, electromagnetic field theory, that is nothing but 125. Okay, that is for air media, you can say. Okay, for intrinsic impedance, you can say this is called intrinsic impedance. Now we can find the guided wavelength, the lambda g. So lambda g is comes out to be TE mode lambda divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f ka whole square. Okay, so where lambda is equal to Vp by f, Vp by f, and Vp is nothing but Vp, 1 upon square root of mu epsilon. Okay, so you should have this all these thing you should know, and you should be able to find out if the solution, one part of the solution is given, one part of the problem is given, you should be able to find, you should try to remember this formula. Okay, whatever the formula I have dictated you, formula means last from this point only, from this point the formula which is given to you. Okay, from this point we have given the formula, so you should remember this one. First, in a very quick, before going to the TM mode in rectangular waveguide, I'll try to take one problem. Before going to the problem, a few notes which is given here. So notes is for you, for your, just remember these notes, okay? So, and few definitions which is given here, okay? So try to remember this one. First note which is given here, the cutoff frequency Fc is a function of mod number and guided dimension. So the physical size of the waveguide will determine the propagation of the mode. Okay, so we have the cutoff frequency Fc. So what was the cutoff frequency formula? So cutoff frequency formula was nothing but 1 upon, we had 2 root under mu epsilon, 1 upon 2 root under mu into epsilon, and we have square root of m by a ka whole square plus n by b ka whole square. See, if you will practice 3-4 times now, you will understand the all the formulas, and that will be remembered to you. It is very easy to remember, very easy, because all are similar to that. One is similar to another one. Okay, so you just relate one with another, you will understand. So here you can see the cutoff frequency. The first note says the cutoff frequency is a function of mod number with m and n. So mod number, and it is depends on the physical dimension of the waveguide as well as physical dimension of the waveguide A and B. Okay, so we can see the physical size of the waveguide, and it will determine the propagation of the mode. So that will be determine the propagation of mode. So it depends on the dimension of the waveguide, the cutoff frequency will exist. And if we say the dimension is constant, suppose we say dimension is constant. Okay, so for that dimension we can find the cutoff frequency for different mode itself. Okay, we will take one problem and we'll understand what is the meaning of this one. Okay, so we'll take one A dimension, one B dimension that is fixed, and you were asked to find how many mode is existing in this waveguide. How many modes are existing? Keep in mind the cutoff frequency should be less than the operating frequency. If you have given the operating frequency as 5 gigahertz, see, I'm giving you the not a problem, just try to understand. The if you are given that operating frequency f is equal to, the operating frequency is 5 gigahertz, and you have given the dimension a is equal to maybe 2 centimeter and b is equal to 1 centimeter. Who is this? Please mute yourself. Who is this?
रसोई भी उसकी वही है, लेकिन यहाँ है तो मान ले दो तो कोई बात आ रही
Who
कोई
is
क्यों
this? Roll number 39.
जब जाम रहे तब वो चल
Roll
जाता
number 39.
है।
Class को disturb कर देते हैं. Yes. Okay. So see here. So this is frequency which is given, operating frequency is given as a 5 gigahertz. Now we want to check how many modes are existing. So it is given as the cutoff frequency is a function of mode number and the guide dimension. So the physical size of the waveguide will determine the propagation of the mode. So physical size will determine. So now we have a physical size A is equal to 2 centimeter, B is equal to 1 centimeter. Now let me have how many mode are existing in this waveguide. And we have taken the air inside this, we have taken air. So we should have cutoff frequency, which should be nothing but C by 2. C, matlab 1 upon square root of mu epsilon is nothing but C only, because mu r and epsilon r is equal to 1. And that comes out to be C is nothing but 3 into 10 to the power 8. And that is nothing but m by a whole square plus n by b whole square. Okay. So I'll try to take first A and B, we know it is 2 centimeter, it is 1 centimeter. So now I'll try to take this should be A should be equal to 0.01 meter. Okay, and sorry, B is equal to this one. Now B is equal to this one. A should be equal to 0.02 centimeter. Okay. Now we will try to substitute and we'll try to find. So to substitute this, we know C is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8. We know this is nothing but, sorry, meter, na? This is nothing but meter. So if we know this 1 upon the square root of mu epsilon 3 into 10 to the power 8, but we need m and n because we know A and B. So to have the cutoff frequency, we know m and n. So we will try to substitute m is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, and then we will take m is equal to uh, m is equal to 1 and n is equal to 0. Then we will try to find m is equal to 1, n is equal to 1. We got 0, 0, we cannot take simultaneously. Then we will try to take m is equal to 2, n is equal to 0. Again, m equal to 2, n equal to 1. Similarly, we can go through this. We will take m is equal to 0, 1, 2, and n is equal to 2. Okay, so we'll try to find out. So for this different cutoff frequency, we will try to find out. And this cutoff frequency, suppose this we are getting, suppose I'm not taking the correct value. Let me write a random number. That can be maybe 1 gigahertz, that can be 2 gigahertz, that can be 3.5 gigahertz, that can be maybe 4.8 gigahertz, and that may be the value which we are getting as 5.4 gigahertz. So that means we have operating frequency that is 5 gigahertz. So we have seen FC should be, we already seen FC should be less than F. FC should be less than F. That means this mode will not propagate. All this mode will be propagating. So that means here TE01 will exist, TE10 because TEMN format is TEMN. No? So M is 0, N is 1, N is 1, and N is 0, 1, 1. TE11 will exist and TE20 will exist. That means there are 4 modes which is existing in this waveguide. So after this 5 gigahertz, that will not exist. Correct? So I hope you can understand the analogy, what the term is giving you. It depends on the dimension. It depends, solely depends on the dimension. Okay. So different modes, existence of different modes is depends on the dimension A and B, physical dimension. Okay. Correct. I hope you can understand. If anyone is having problem till now, let me know. Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. So I'll proceed with the second point, which is given as a degenerate mode. Okay. See, try to focus on these notes also, okay, while solving this, while studying this topic. So try to focus on notes also, or wherever we have given the star marks, to try to study this one also. So we have degenerate mode, okay. So degenerate mode means what is degenerate mode? That is the definition. So when two or more modes having the same cutoff frequency, see, talking about same cutoff frequency. So if two or more mode having same cutoff frequency, they are said to be degenerate mode in rectangular waveguide. Okay, corresponding TMN and TMMN mode are always degenerated. Okay, so corresponding TEMN and TMMN modes are always degenerate. Correct? So excuse. Degenerate modes are those modes that are having same cutoff frequency. Okay, degenerate modes are those modes that are having same cutoff frequency. Again, the definition extended to that in rectangular waveguide, corresponding TMN and TMMN mode are always degenerate. That means whatever the TE01 cutoff frequency you are getting, you will get TM01 cutoff frequency, same cutoff frequency for TM01. Same cutoff frequency TM10, same cutoff frequency TM11, same cutoff frequency TM20. But unfortunately, TM20, TM10, TM01 will not exist, is not existing. Why so? I'll give you in short while. Okay. So these two are degenerate. Again, TE23 and TM23, both are degenerate mode. So TE and TM always make degenerate mode. Whose TM existing, then it will be degenerate. But this is the second point in rectangular waveguide. It is, but before that, is there any possibility to get degenerate mode same? So some of the time we have a square waveguide, A equal to B dimension, A equal to B. If A equal to B, then their TE, okay, then their TEMN and TENM both are, NM is not existing, but I'm taking NM here. Both are same. Both are same is both are having same cutoff frequency, and they are always making degenerate mode for A equal to B. So that means if you are able to find TE01, you will be able to find TE10, and both will have same cutoff frequency if same cutoff frequency, same cutoff frequency if A equal to B. Here you are see now, if A is not equal to B, T is having different. I'm taking random number. Don't be confused that this is the correct value. You can try to you try to solve and you try to find out what is the correct value you are getting. I'm just taking the random number. So you're getting TE01 as 1 gigahertz and TE10 as 2 gigahertz. If A equal to B, then you will not be get the same value. You will not we get the different value. You'll get the same value. Okay. So that means in a square waveguide, A equal to B, TEMN, TENM, or TMMN, TMNM modes form a foursome degeneracy. Foursome degeneracy means what? TE and TM both are degenerate always. TMN and TMMN are generate, but TE is also degenerate with itself also. In TMN and TNM is degenerate. So that means these four will have same cutoff frequency. These four will have same cutoff frequency. I'm taking this TE23, TM23. We will take TE32, TM32. All will have same cutoff frequency subject to condition that A should be equal to B. So these four is making degeneracy. So degenerate modes are those modes that are having the same cutoff frequency. In rectangular waveguide, Corresponding TEMN and TMMN modes are always degenerate. Keep in mind, okay? Now the second definition we have dominant mode. What are dominant mode? So dominant mode are those mode which are having lowest cutoff frequency, In this example, you can say the dominant mode is TE01, which is having lowest cutoff frequency. I'm this talking this FC. The lowest cutoff frequency is TE01. So TE01 is having lowest cutoff frequency. That is called dominant mode. So dominant mode are those modes that are having lowest cutoff frequency. Correct? Okay? So dominant mode in the rectangular guide with A greater than B, if A is greater than B, and we are taking generalized at A greater than B. So A greater than B is TE10 mode. A greater than B is TE10 mode. So TE10 mode FC is equal to C by 2A. Why FC is equal to C by 2A? C by 2, and I'm talking about TE10, na? TE1 and TE10. So take this n is 0, this will be vanished, m by a whole square, a square root will be cancelled, this will become c m by 2a, and m equal to 1, so this will become c by 2a. That is the shortest cutoff frequency. You can able to find c by 2a. Formula is same, but they have just taken the substitute all the time and directly they have written c by 2a. T01 fc is equal to c by 2b. And you can have A is greater than B, A is greater than B. So if A is greater than B, so this value is greater than this value. This value is greater than this value. So if the denominator is greater, then this value is always less. If denominator is more, so A is more, this F cutoff frequency, this one will be less. So that means we have this one, this mode should be the dominant mode in the rectangular waveguide for the A greater than B. So if you're asked to find which of the mode in a rectangular waveguide is dominant for A greater than B, so we'll write TE10 mode. If you're asked dominant mode in a rectangular waveguide with A less than B, then TE01. Okay, TE01 for A less than B. For A less than B, dominant mode will be TE01. Okay. And TM01 and TM10 will not exist. If this will exist, this can also be the dominant mode now, because these are making the degeneracy. TE10 and TE10 and TM10 both make degeneracy. But this mode will not, this mode is not existing. Why not existing? I'll let you know. Okay? I'll let you know. Correct? Whatever the thing you have seen here now, M and N should not be equal to 0 at the same time for TE mode. TM mode, M is starting from 1 2 3, N is starting from 1 2 3, not 0. Not 0. It is starting from 1 2 3. It is also starting from 1 2 3. Okay, here both should not be simultaneously 0, but in TM mode, 0 is not existing at all. Existing, I'll let you know. See this figure and see this figure, see this figure, see this figure. Okay. Okay. See, we have this one. Okay. We have a dimension, this as called as A, this is called as a B. Right, I'll take a point here. I'm talking about TM only. Let me check. I told you that TMA, TM, MN, we have M is starting from 1, 2, 3, 4 something. N is also starting from 1, 2, 3, not 0. I'm taking a point here and I'll tell you to cut this point from this side as well as this side. So you cut this point from this side, you cut this point from this side. Okay, you're cutting this point from this side. So how many line which is cutting this point? Straight line I'm talking about. How many line? One line which is cutting this point and one line in this way. So one line is cutting from this point, this side, and one line is one is cutting from this side. Okay, So that is called as a TM11. I am taking again this one. I am taking 5 points. I will ask you to cut this point from this side. Okay, from this side. This is the mode which is existing. So how many line which is cutting this point in a from X side? So we have 5 lines. So we have 5 lines. And how many line which is cutting this point? 1 line. So we have TM51. This is nothing but this is mod number M. This is mod number N. So that is for TM. If you take TE now, that means you should you to take this one, the wave which is going in this way. So here you can see from this side, if you are visiting, from this side you are visiting, how many directional line which is shown to you? No, how many line, not line, how many direction you are, unique direction you are checking, how many directions? So only one direction which is going this way, or you can say how many wave, how many peaks you are getting. So you are seeking, you are just giving, you're just visible to you is one peak. Okay, so one peak means from this side we are getting m equal to one peak, and from this side if you v if you visit this from this side, you will not see any peak. So n equal to 0. Is it possible here? Yes, here possible. Here not possible. See, if you are not taking any point, if you're not taking any point, that means wave is not propagating at all. If you are taking not any point, I'm talking about TM only. Okay, TM. If you're not taking any point inside this waveguide, then you can say there is no wave propagating inside this waveguide. If you're taking 2 point, then you will say, yes, wave is propagating inside the waveguide. Something is there. Something is there inside the waveguide. That means the wave is propagating inside the waveguide. Now you will be checking from this side, and m is equal to what value? N is equal to what value? So n is not 0, it is a non-zero value because it's cut, it is one line which is cutting these 2 points. Okay, so one line which is cutting these 2 points. Here the 2 line will be there. I'm not perfect drawing, but you understand. Okay, so 2 line which is drawing. So 0 is not possible here. 0 is not possible. See, 0 is never possible. It's impossible. If you take any point inside this, it is definitely cutting from X side and as well as the Y side. So you'll not get 0 at all. But here you can see, if you take these wave, these peaks, so how many peak are visible from this side? No peak. If you take like this way, okay, and I'm taking arrow directions like this, and I am taking this way, okay, well, you take this way, okay, and I'm also taking this way, one line. So we are getting this line. So one peak and one peak, the upper peak and lower peak, one peak, two peak is showing. So m is equal to 2. From this side, if you check, so you are getting 1. So this side we are getting 1. So n equal to 1. So that is nothing but TE 21. So that's how you can find. That's how you can find. Okay. That's how you can find the equations. Okay. See. Okay. So you will be able to find out how we can see it is written here. So this side we can see, this side we can see one peak. So that's why TE1, and this side it is not, peak is not shown. No line is there. So we are not checking the peak. So 0. Again this one TM11, TM31. Okay. So now I hope you can understand. Correct now? Now you can understand that's why TM10, TM01, TM10 will not exist. Even TM00 is not exist. TM00. Even T00 is not existing, TM00 is also not existing, not exist. Okay. Now the third definition is evanescent mode. So what is evanescent mode? Evanescent mode are those mode which are not existence, which are not in existence or not possible to exist, that are called as evanescent mode. So evanescent modes are those mode which are not in existence or not possible in existence, not possible to exist. That is called as a evanescent mode. So keep in mind there are three definitions. Degenerate mode. Degenerate modes are those mode which are having same cutoff frequency. Then we have a dominant mode. Dominant mode are those mode which are having lowest cutoff frequency. Evanescent mode. Evanescent mode are those mode which are not in existence or not possible to exist, are called evanescent mode. Clear? when I was disconnected, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
When I was disconnected, right now only.
नो सर, ये सब नहीं पढ़ा पाए थे।
कितना देर पहले डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ हूँ?
5 मिनट हो गए।
5 मिनट हो गया।
यस सर।
और मुझे पता भी नहीं है, मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ इधर। मैसेज एक बार कॉल कर देना चाहिए, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया, आवाज नहीं आ रहा ज्यादा देर से, मैं बता के जाऊंगा ना कि
नहीं
डिस्कनेक्ट
सर,
करूंगा।
हमको लगा पावर कट हो जाता है ना, तो
पावर कट नहीं हुआ था, पता नहीं कैसे डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया, इंटरनेट ही चला गया था ऐसा लग रहा है। ओके ठीक है।
ठीक।
ठीक है। अच्छा, ये बता रहा था, आपको समझ में आया था आप लोगों को ये जो डोमिनेंट मोड के बारे में?
हाँ सर, लास्ट में जब सर इनोसेंट मोड पढ़ा दिए थे, उसके बाद से
अच्छा,
रिपीट करा
इवेनेसेंट
रहे
पढ़ा दिए थे उसके बाद, अच्छा ठीक है, ओके।
थे। यस
सो
सर।
ओके ओके, so let me take evanescent mode are those mode which are not existing or which are not possible to exist. Okay, so these are the points for degenerate mode and dominant mode and evanescent mode, and whatever the points is given to you, you try to just see and try to check what is given here. Okay, so try to understand. Now, before going to the TM mode in rectangular waveguide, I'll try to discuss one problem, and a problem which is given as TE10 in rectangular waveguide. Okay, based on that one. So TE10 means dominant mode. TE10 is dominant mode. So it is given as an air-filled rectangular waveguide of inside dimension 7 cross 3.5 centimeter. Okay, so that is nothing but A cross B, which is given here. Operates in the dominant TE10 mode. It is also given, operates in TE10 mode. It is given you to find the cutoff frequency, and second one, determine the phase velocity of the wave in the guide at a frequency of 3.5 gigahertz. So that is a guided frequency wants. Okay, guided frequency. Now we have the third one. So third is also determine the guided wavelength. Determine the guided wavelength.
हेलो सर।
Yes,
सर स्क्रीन स्टॉप हो गई है शायद।
अभी चेंज हो रहा है।
सर केवल यही आ रहा है, वांट टू कीप योर इन एनोटेशन, यहीं पे जाके स्टॉप हो गया है।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। अब आया? आपको चेंज हुआ?
यस सर।
अभी आ रहा है?
हाँ अब आ गया सर।
ठीक ठीक, okay. So see, here it is given as find cutoff frequency for dimension. It is given as A cross B is equal to 7 cross 3.5 centimeter. Okay, so you know cutoff frequency is what solution I'll write here in a very quick. So FC is equal to, I'll write here C by 2. Okay, because it is given as air filled, so I'll not write 1 by 2 root under mu epsilon. I'll write directly C by 2 square root of M by A whole square plus N by B whole square. And it is given as T10, no? So T10 it is given, so you can write M is equal to 1 and N equal to 0. So this can be vanished, this can be written as 0. So you can write C M by 2A, where M is equal to 1, so it can be written as C by 2A. And you have 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 2 into A is what? A is given as 7 centimeter, na? So you can write 7 into 10 to the power minus 2. It should be in meter, okay? So because we have taken 3 into 10 to the 8 meter per second, huh? So if you solve, you will get 2.14 gigahertz. 10 to the power 9 is gigahertz. Giga means 10 to the power 9. Okay, so 2.14 gigahertz. This is the cutoff frequency which you're getting here. Okay, now we have determined the phase velocity, okay, of the wave in the guide at a frequency of 3.5 gigahertz. So phase velocity at a frequency of, okay, so phase velocity at a frequency of 3.1 minute. कॉल करते हैं थोड़ी देर में. So it is written as phase velocity. I told you in the previous slide, the phase velocity which is written here, as okay, phase velocity here Vp is equal to 1 by root under mu epsilon, but this phase velocity is unbounded dielectric. This for unbounded dielectric, this is not for the guided. If you go for the guided velocity now, this is a phase velocity or guided velocity, so that should be Vp divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f whole square or omega by beta g. So you should write here the second one answer. This is called guided velocity, that is nothing but Vp divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f whole square, and that can be written as Vp can be written as 1 by root under mu epsilon. So 1 by root under mu epsilon, that is nothing but c. Okay, Vp, because air field it is written now, so air field mein phase velocity is nothing but this one, velocity of light. So c, that means 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f. So fc is written as 2.14 gigahertz and f is written as 3.5 gigahertz. Okay, giga will get cancelled. You can find 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by this value 1 minus 2.14 divided by 3.5, and you will get to know that value comes out to be 3.78 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. Now again, it is given as determine the guided wavelength at same frequency, at same frequency. So same frequency means same this cutoff frequency. Okay, this guided frequency. So you can find lambda g, lambda guided is equal to lambda naught divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f whole square. Okay, so lambda naught is nothing but this is lambda naught is nothing but you can write c by vg. Okay, so lambda naught is nothing but here you can see lambda is nothing but vp by f, c by f. Okay, c by f. So c by f is nothing but the frequency. Lambda naught is nothing but c by f and divided by square root of 1 minus fc by f ka whole square. C by f is nothing but this is Vp upon f, and Vp is nothing but velocity of light in free space because it is given as an air field. Okay, so you can substitute here. This f is nothing but 3.5 gigahertz. So here you can write also f is equal to 3.5 gigahertz. So you will be able to find lambda g. Lambda g is nothing but 10.8 centimeter. You will be fine. If you find, you will get this answer. Okay. So you can solve for that problems. Okay. Go for that. Okay. What is the time? No, 4 baj gaya. What should we do?
Sir, we should stop the lecture.
Okay, we should stop the lecture. Okay, whatever you want. Okay, so we have this one. Okay, that problem is already given here. You can go through this. So yes, in the next class, we'll try to discuss this one. TM mode in rectangular waveguide. Okay. Okay, then
Okay,
we'll
sir.
see you in the next. Yeah, see you in the next class. Maybe I'll let you know cover class tomorrow. Do we have class tomorrow? Or tomorrow is holiday?
हाँ सर, कल इलेक्शन भी है तो हो सकता है हॉलीडे.
कल नहीं है इलेक्शन, परसों इलेक्शन है.
अच्छा हाँ सर.
अंबेडकर जयंती. Yes. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes sir.
Okay. So we'll let you know when is our class. I'll let you know. Okay. Maybe because tomorrow is holiday. Okay. And day after tomorrow election. So I'll let you know.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Okay sir. Thank you
Okay.
sir.
Bye bye. Have a good day. Okay. Bye bye. Have a good day.